Hi there. Today I'll be making potato gnocchis and I'll make them together with Cacio and Pepe cream. So all I need for this is 2/3 of the parts of potatoes and later on some flour. For now, let's just start with boiling the potatoes for about half an hour, 40 minutes, so that then they are soft. There we go. All right. So basically this dish is quite simple. I'm gonna use the potatoes as a base also for moisture for the flour. And then when it's ready, I'm gonna use the starch together with the cheese to make a creamy sauce. And that's basically all about it. It's really few ingredients, it's quite simple, and I think it's really delicious because this type of gnocchi tend to be much softer because of the potato. It makes it a lot softer. So compared to the gnocchi, which are made just with flour and water, they are a lot softer. And sometimes you may like this, sometimes you may like that. Maybe not always you like the same type of gnocchi, but yeah, this is what I can say why this version of them is quite good. So yeah, for the start, that's pretty much all. Let's see each other again in 40 minutes. Alright, so here you go. Potatoes are ready. They are extremely soft now. 1, 2, 3. This one I will not use, I'll just eat it later. So yeah, now I'm going to peel them, and after that I'm going to mix them with flour. As I said, 2/3 of potatoes and 1/3 of flour. Therefore, this 2/3 of potato that's about the amount of flour that you need. You can measure it to be more precise, of course. I like to use this. It's not required to be extremely precise, because maybe you like more. You maybe like a bit more potato or a bit less. I mean, the result won't change much for, let's say, a small difference of amounts. So, but up to you. If you feel more comfortable with the scale, then suit yourself, of course. There you go. I'm going to salt it already. Ah, that's so cool. The skin is just coming off by itself. bit more convenient. Here we go. A bit hot. Probably I should have put some cold water. I'm just thinking now about it. Would have made it easier to build them. Let's see if I can sustain it. If I can resist to this heat from the potato. There you go, there you go, there you go. There you go. There. And there. Oh, this one is coming off like very easily. It's very nice. Perfect. I'm gonna use hand also to crush potatoes. You can use fork, you can use also, you know, there's this tool with that you can push potatoes and it has some holes and then the potato is just going through it. I mean, whatever method is alright. I like to use hands because I think the one thing that distinguishes the food that I like is it being rustic. So it not being overworked. I don't like, for example, so much all this blended things. You know, I don't want everything to be necessarily blended and, you know, all these creams. And I like when you can see some structure also in the food, when it has some texture. Let's call it like that. So yeah, you know, rustic. More like used to be once, or how it still is in the countryside, I would say. So yeah. Okay, actually it's a bit too hot. First I'll use the fork a bit. There we go. Yeah, I actually help myself with a fork because most probably it's gonna stick on the surface when you're gonna work the dough. Yeah, then you can easily get it back. Detach it from that surface. feeling that it's a little too soft, so I want to put a bit more flour. There you go. And I mix, and I mix. We're almost there. All right. That's it. It's ready. So yeah, in the end you're gonna have something like this. Tiny bowl. Tiny, not so tiny actually, but yeah. Just pour some flour now. That way it doesn't stick. Alright, and I'm going to cut it in the gnocchi shape. There, just a bit more, just in case. Now, basically they are already ready like this. Here you go. I made them quite big, but that's up to you. You can choose the size, you can make them smaller, bigger. It's quite flexible on that. And yes, so at this point pretty much they are ready, as already said, but you can also choose to make them into a bowl shape as well. For example, like this. That's up to you. I mean, there are not many, so I'm gonna do that just to make them have this more convenient shape. This one is maybe too big, let's use two. There we go. Alright, so now I'm gonna boil the water and I'm gonna cook them in boiling water. Boiling and salted water. One thing which I should mention is to not use too much water in this case, because first of all they are ready pretty soon. Like you put them in the water 3-5 minutes and they are ready. But the reason in this case, because we want to make a Cacio and Pepe sauce, so you would like the water to be as dense as possible with starch. So yeah, well, now it's boiling, so I guess few minutes we have to wait for it to boil, and yeah, I will be back in a few minutes. Alright, so here we go. The water is boiling, so I'm gonna salt it. There you go, good amount of salt, because like half a pot, so half a pot of water requires good pinch of salt to get flavorful. And we can put this in. Give it a little mix. Okay, and I let them go like this. This goes there. Now, cheese. I got a Pecorino. This one is a very good one. It's from a local shop or from my hometown. He's basically doing everything about it himself. He's got a small free range, how to call it, group of sheep, and yes, it's basically doing it from them. He's even doing the rennet himself. So the rennet is this enzyme that is producing the cheese out of the milk. It's yeah, it's a bit complex. I will not get to that right now, but yeah, it's a really amazing product. You can see it's like, yeah, it's not common to see a Pecorino like this in the shops. Hard as a rock. You would, if you can grate it in a finer, if you can grate the cheese in a finer grains instead of bigger pieces, that would be the best. So for that you need something which has small holes, like this grater here. This is a very old one. I don't know, I think in the past probably they were smarter than now, because I mean, nowadays it's quite with, I don't know you, but for me it's sometimes uncomfortable to grate a cheese in one of these new graters. They are so inconvenient, while this one is like this part below, and it's like super simple. Just automatically going below it. It's amazing. They're actually ready already. You can see they went up by themselves, and yes, they are. It was what 5 minutes, and they are already ready. So I'm just gonna keep them here for a moment while I keep grating. Let's say a bit more. Alright, there you go. It's right. It's about the amount that you want. It's quite abundant because yeah, this will be the base for the sauce. So yeah, let's get to the sauce. Let's heat up the pan. Peppercorn. Let's put some pepper on the pan. That's enough, I think. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna turn this off. Alright, now that the pepper has been toasted a little bit and the water from the pasta is off, has cooled a little bit because it cannot be extremely hot, otherwise will cause the cheese to stretch, which is not what we're looking for. We want to make a cream out of it. So once both of these requirements are fulfilled, then I'm gonna put the pasta in the pan. With some of this starchy water. Alright, actually it's a bit too liquid, so I'm gonna make it a little denser with some heat. But now it's possible because, well, before it was not possible because the water was too hot. Now the water is not that hot that it will cause the cheese to stretch. So it's possible to heat it up and be careful about it and make a cream with it. So let's do it. mix. There we go. It's already looking a lot nicer. Oh yeah, it's starting to get together. Now, as you can see, I put it here. Here is no heat on, so yeah, I'm playing a bit between heat and non-heat to make sure that it doesn't reach a bad temperature, which will cause the cheese to, you know, not make a cream. There you go. That's it. Creamy. Actually, this cream is like, you can see now it's quite thick. But yeah, I wouldn't want it thicker. You could, you can see that it's still possible to make it thicker, but I wouldn't want it any thicker than this. I think it's perfect thickness. So I'll try them for you. They are amazing because they are very, very soft. These gnocchi are like super soft. They kind of melt in your mouth. And yeah, the thickness of the cream, the cheesiness, the pepper, that's the of course the main taste is here because there's none else. But yeah, it's like it works pretty well. It's a simple dish actually. I mean, I set it up in what, like actively I would say that I worked 15 minutes. Great solution for an amazing lunch. So in that case, I wish you a happy weekend and enjoy your gnocchi. Cheers.